Pia, you're watching KiniNews. They say it's no use crying over spilled milk, especially if the spilled milk in this case is the 1MDB scandal. A former banker today told the court that he regrets doing what he did and he wished he acted differently.
A former banker with the defunct Singapore branch of BSI Bank expressed immense regret over his involvement in the layering of funds involving 1MDB. Michael Swampillai testified this during today's 2.28 billion ringgit 1MDB corruption trial of former Prime Minister Najib Abdul Razak. The 44th prosecution witness was replying during cross-examination by lead defence counsel Muhammad Shafee Abdullah during proceedings before the Kuala Lumpur High Court. Shafee was referring to Swampillai's extensive oral evidence on how he and a few others at BSI dealt with fugitive Jolo. Yesterday, Swampillai told the court that 1MDB and a few related entities had used the bank's fiduciary funds. He testified that for fiduciary funds incorporated in offshore jurisdictions, the primary objective of clients when using such funds is to facilitate the flow of money to a particular destination of their choosing, whilst also obscuring the identity of the investor. Testifying today, the witness said the consequence of his involvement and action has been severe and he wished he had acted differently. He also testified that the scale of the white-collar crime ranked pretty high, with the Monetary Authority of Singapore, or MAS, effectively shutting down BSI Singapore branch in 2016 over the debacle. He added that it was the collective failure of the bank that led to the regulatory action against the bank branch, rather than the failure of several individuals. On October 23, 2020, the Monetary Authority of Singapore imposed a lifetime ban on Malaysian-born Swampillai over the 1MDB affair. Najib is facing 4 counts of abuse of power and 21 counts of money laundering involving 2.28 billion ringgit from 1MDB.
Not many politicians today came from the same era as Dr Mahathir. Lim Kit Siang is one of the rare few. But do you think after all these years, the DAP veteran has seen it all? Think again, Mahathir still can leave him shocked. DAP veteran Lim Kit Siang said he is shocked beyond words by former Prime Minister Dr Mahathir Mohamad's latest statement. In a statement today, Kit Siang said he could not believe that such an experienced former Prime Minister could say that the Malays have lost political and economic control in Malaysia. This comes following Mahathir's decisions to join Parti Bumiputra Perkasa Malaysia, Putra, as his new platform to champion Malay rights. Kit Siang questioned that if the Malays have lost political and economic control of Malaysia, then who had gained it? The DAP veteran wondered if Mahathir was suggesting that non-Malays have gained control. Kit Siang added that it is extraordinary that in his late years, Mahathir is repeating things said by past President Hadi Awang. Kit Siang also pointed out that Mahathir had abandoned and been abandoned not only by UMNO but also by Bersatu and Pejuang. He also questioned how Mahathir went from Vision 2020 to losing in GE15. Kit Siang also noted how Pejuang and Putra candidates lost their deposits in the last election. Another Bersatu leader is on the MACC's radar. This time is the party's treasurer.
The MACC has arrested Bersatu treasurer Muhammad Saleh Bajuri. He was detained in relation to the use of party funds. A source close to Bersatu's leadership confirmed Saleh's reported arrest and 2 days remand. Speaking to Malaysia Kini, the source said, quote, "Yes, it's true that Saleh is being detained." The Star earlier quoted an MACC source who said Saleh was arrested on Tuesday and his 2-day remand is expected to end tomorrow. When contacted, an MACC source who also confirmed Saleh's arrest did not respond to further queries on the possible extension of the remand. Saleh's arrest follows the corruption charges against Tasik Gelugur MP Wan Saiful Wan Jan, who stepped down from his position as Bersatu Information Chief pending an acquittal. Wan Saiful previously said he regretted the government's actions, which he deemed to be selective prosecution with political motives.
Hadi Awang has been advised to improve his Dewan Rakyat attendance instead of upsetting the public. 2 PKR leaders have criticized past President Abdul Hadi Awang's irresponsible prediction that Anwar Ibrahim's government will fall soon. Political Secretary to the Finance Minister Kamil Munim said that instead of sabotaging and upsetting the public, Hadi should instead focus on attending Parliament. In a statement yesterday, Kamil also predicted that if PAS remains in power in Kelantan, clean water for the people will remain scarce. Malaysia Kini previously reported that in the 5 sessions of the Dewan Rakyat from July 2021 to March 2022, Hadi attended only 21 out of the 71 days of sitting. Despite political fodder about his attendance, Hadi dismissed criticisms. He said that the Dewan Rakyat is not like school, where one needs to attend daily for the entire session. Meanwhile, Kamil, who is in the PKR Deputy Youth Leader, said Hadi had not yet moved on from the failings of the previous Perikatan National Administration, led by Muhyiddin Yassin. Meanwhile, PKR Deputy Information's Chief Razif Rakimin said that he was confident that any supposed roof leaks will be restored by the current government. It's a big day tomorrow for Najib and former 1MDB CEO Arul Kandar. If you're wondering why, it has something to do with their 1MDB audit case.
Najib Abdul Razak and Arul Kandasamy will know tomorrow if they need to enter their defence in an audit case involving 1MDB. The Kuala Lumpur High Court has set March 3rd to deliver its decision on whether the prosecution succeeded in establishing a prima facie case against the duo over alleged abuse of power. Trial Judge Muhammad Zaini Mazlan initially fixed to deliver the decision on January 30th, but was postponed to this Friday. Najib was charged with using his position as then Prime Minister to order amendments to 1MDB's final audit report before it was presented to the Public Accounts Committee in 2016 to prevent any action against them. Arul was charged with abetting Najib in making the amendments. Previously, the prosecution was allowed to call Arul to testify against Najib. Zaini will decide at the end of the prosecution's case whether co-accused Arul should be ordered to enter his defence, be granted full acquittal, or be granted a discharge not amounting to an acquittal. Najib is serving a 12-year jail sentence over the SRC International Corruption case. SRC used to be a subsidiary of 1MDB. SRC later became wholly owned by the Minister of Finance Incorporated, which also owned 1MDB.
Mahathir has joined Putra and yesterday he invited Pejuang to join forces. However, his son has other plans because Mukriz is looking to cooperate with PN.
Pejuang has submitted an application to join Perikatan Nasional as a component party. Its president Mukriz Mahathir said a letter was sent to PN chairperson Muhyiddin Yassin yesterday. In a statement, Mukriz added that the decision was reached 2 days ago by the party's Central Executive Council. This comes after Pejuang reviewed and evaluated all available options for political cooperation. Mukriz said the council decided that an electoral pact was not a viable solution for the sole purpose of avoiding clashes in contested seats, especially if both parties use different logos. He also said it would be more beneficial for Pejuang to join PN and contest using PN's logo. Pejuang on January 14th cut ties with the Gerakan Tanah Air coalition. Former Pejuang chairperson Dr Mahathir Mohamad then left the party on February 10th, claiming that the party, now headed by his son Mukriz, had strayed from its original fight by leaving GTA. Yesterday, Mahathir joined Parti Bumiputra Perkasa Malaysia.
Endless rain yesterday raised water levels in Johor to a worrying level. However, the State Menteri Besar appears optimistic that the worst is over.
Johor Menteri Besar On Hafiz Ghazi has described floods in the state as critical. It is reported that more than 20,000 residents are affected. On Hafiz spoke to reporters after visiting flood victims at the temporary evacuation centre at Sekolah Kebangsaan Temenggung Abdul Rahman in Segamat today. He said all parties from the federal government and state governments have joined hands to ensure that people receive assistance as soon as possible. He also expressed hope that the flood will recede quickly as the weather is expected to improve today. On Hafiz added that flood victims who were reportedly trapped earlier were successfully rescued by the Royal Malaysian Police, Fire and Rescue Department, Armed Forces and the Civil Defence Force. He also expressed his appreciation to the Johor ruler Sultan Ibrahim Sultan Iskandar and the Tunku Mahkota of Johor, Tunku Ismail Sultan Ibrahim, who agreed to donate food aid. According to a Bernama survey in Segamat, the water level has decreased, but some roads still cannot be used by light vehicles.
And that is all from me today. For more stories, you can go to KiniTV.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube and Facebook for the latest news update. If you'd like to support independent media, do consider subscribing to MalaysiaKini.com. I'm Pia. Thanks for watching.